Bro, just listen to me really quickly. I want to help you win. I want to help you become that young man who's about it, who's not taking no for an answer, who's disciplined, who's winning in all areas of his life. And I want you to have a brotherhood of young men supporting you. So go check out the description or message me on Instagram. We're going to talk about the make it or break it period in any man's life. And this isn't spoken about nearly enough, but I'm going to tell you because I don't want you to make the same fucking mistake that I made, bro. And that is wasting this period in your life, being a bum, being a degenerate, being a loser, being a man that's just wasting time, being someone that you know that you aren't really destined to be, yet for some reason you're living this shit existence. You see, none of us are taught that from 18 to 25, these are some of the most important years of our life as a man. This 7 years. And this 7 years is the best time to build yourself up as a man. Because you don't have a lot of responsibility. You got a shit ton of energy. You can get 2 hours sleep some night and have all this pressure going on, but you can handle it because like you're kind of invincible from this age because you got to focus on school. And most of us guys, we live easier lives. My life was actually quite hard, bro. Growing up in the hood, never having a father, dealing with my brothers who were involved in crime and drugs and all of that. But most of you boys don't live the same life that I lived. Saying that, this period, right, is where you're in your prime, but not your masculine prime, but your prime to build, your prime to become, or at least get the cogs turning to where you enter your masculine prime at the age of 30 and beyond. You've set yourself up, you're the man you want to be, or at least you're well on your way. So how I want you to look at this, right? This is your building years. Now, does that mean that you can't have a little bit of fun? Does that mean you can't live the life of a young man? Maybe you want to speak to a couple of girls. Maybe you want to go to a party. Maybe you want to go out and get a feed with your friends. You can still do that. Just don't make it your whole identity where you're wasting time and you're doing this every single weekend and all of that, because it becomes something that will come back and shoot you in the foot. And I really do mean that. You see, most of us guys, I want you to realize that, let's say you're 18 years old, and I really do want to say that if you're older than this, you're older than 25 or you're out of this gap, this video still applies to you. It really does. At the age of 18, and we can talk about me, and we'll talk a little bit about you, bro. Let's say at the age of 18, because I know that this was definitely for me, if you've got all bad habits, and this bad habits is really, you're addicted to porn and you're fapping 10 times a day. Let's say that you enjoy doing some drugs, or you enjoy playing games, or all you enjoy is doing really nothing with yourself, right? You're just wasting time. And let's say all of these traits that you might have, which is you're lazy, you're not confident, you don't have a lot of self-esteem, all of this, right? Let's say you're living that life and that's how you feel. The scary thing is, if you don't pick yourself up and you start making some progress, you get on self-improvement, you go on a journey where you start to build your body, make some money, run through your fears, defeat these bad habits, what's going to happen? When you get to the age of 50, you're going to be the exact same person. But at this point, you might have a mortgage. At this point, you might have had some kids. Maybe if you got lucky and you were able to find a girl with all these bad habits. But all of these habits, I guarantee you, are still causing you problems. You're still lazy. You're still inconsistent. You're still fapping all the time. You're still drinking all this alcohol or doing all this drugs, or you're still playing games. And if you're not playing games, you're sitting in front of the TV all day and you're yelling at it for some reason. If you don't change who you are in this make it or break it period, it ingrains in you. It becomes solidified. Because most of us don't know that our brain is still developing up until the age of 25. I'm 26, so my brain is maybe even still developing. Who knows, 25, 26, or maybe it might finish at 24, but it's around that age gap. So these are the make it or break it periods for where our brain is going through this metamorphosis of change and formatting itself. Well, the same thing's happening to us because our brain is nothing more than a software. So what we're programming it with is how we're going to think, is what we're going to do, it's how we're going to act. So with our brain being this kind of software, well, we can install software into our brain that makes us, well, live the life that we want to live, be a bit more confident, be purpose-driven, be focused, be confident. We can program ourselves through habits, through building our body, through breaking all these bad habits, and we can break this open. But you should get scared, because majority of you boys watching should get genuinely terrified that you could be 50 years old, sitting in a basement, worried all the time, lonely, not having experienced life. And is that the life you want to live? I guarantee you it's not. Because if you could ever choose the life you live, you'd never ever pick that life. But you're picking it through your habits, your actions, and what you're doing every single day. So remember that. But then with this, and I really want to kind of scare you, because I wish someone scared me. I was just lucky that at the later end of this, at about 21, 22 years old, I picked myself up. But I picked myself up only through ruining myself and getting to a place so low in my life through drugs, through hanging with the wrong people, that I had two options in my life. I was either going to delete myself, and I'm talking like for real, or I was going to win and change. And I'm still standing. So I obviously chose to win and change. But we're going to talk about these building years. And the most important thing that I realized is this is the foundation. So I really want to lay this out for you. What we do, how we act, what we say, all of that will build our frame as a man, this internal kind of wiring. And if your foundation is that of a bitch, and I'll say it for what it is, you're a bitch, and you sit at home and you play games, you jerk off all the time, you're going out every single weekend doing drugs, you're prioritizing the boys that won't be your friends in a couple of years, if that's your foundation, and I really want you to realize this, you're going to build up your frame as a man to be that. You'll be this scared, insecure, lazy, unconfident person because of all of your habits. But if you start to build yourself up, right, because this is the foundational point, and you start, okay, well, no, I don't want to be that. And I want to be a guy that runs towards his fears. I want to be a guy that's confident. I want to be a guy that can speak to girls as well. I want to be a guy that's kind of cool, who has a great body, has a great mindset. Well, if you start to build that, right, you might have to read books, you might have to listen to videos like mine and watch them. You have to take a lot of relentless and raw action, but you can do that. No one's stopping you. But if you start to make that your driving force and like, okay, well, I'm going to build my foundation and make this, in these building years ingrained in me. And if you're out of these building years, you can still make it ingrained in you by just doing it so repetitively where it becomes a part of your identity. But if you want to choose that life, then it'll become your foundation. And that's what I chose. Now, I'm naturally kind of an extroverted person, but it's funny because I'm super introverted. I really mean that. Like, I'm an introverted extrovert because I need my alone time. I don't like a lot of people, and I don't really care about a lot of people as well. It's like, you do you, bro. Like, I don't care. You're talking, shut up. That's kind of me. Not. This is about like just random people, and people might be chatting. But my foundation at the end of my building years started to become all focused, driven, unapologetic, just doing what I wanted to do. And you know what I am today? I'm exactly a byproduct of that. I'm exactly that young man still. Focused, driven, unapologetic. Don't care what others think, just going. Because in these building years where I was I formatted myself at the end to become this ruthless way. And you need to get with the program and realize that, okay, I'm going to program myself to be a certain way, and you get to choose that programming by what you do. So it's your foundational period. And you decide. You decide if you're socially anxious, you decide if you're scared, you decide if you're a wimp, or you decide if you're cool, focused, winning, confident. It's up to you. And this all relates back to your actions. You choose to be a bitch and you stay home and you're too scared, fine. You chose that. That was the action you took. You choose to take action and go outside, say hello to that pretty girl, run towards your fear, do the right thing, go to the gym. It'll happen. Now, we're going to run through these because what I want to just quickly add on top of that is that your habits in this foundational period become quite permanent. Meaning, that you build this up, they're going to be permanent, almost forever. So if you build yourself up and you're forward thinking, moving, going, that's going to go for you all the way up until you're 50, 60, 70, till the day you die. You keep going all your life and you're socially anxious and you're worried and you're not doing anything to fix it, it can become very permanent. You can still fix it, it's just a little bit harder because it becomes so normal, it becomes you. But you can change who you are. People can genuinely change if you want to change. But then with that, I believe that we miss a lot of opportunities. Now, what I want to tell you by this, right, is that we miss a lot of opportunities, not realizing that when we go through our life, we have the opportunity to become whoever we want through what we do. And in this 18 to 25 period, you can miss the opportunity of the hole in the sky closing, because we're living in a very transformational period where our parents, our grandparents didn't get the same opportunity that we're having right now. Because the hole in the sky is here. So many guys are awoken up to the bullshit that is work a 9 to 5 your whole life and sit at home and pay your taxes and walk around with your tail tucked between your legs. You can literally start an online business today. Take your phone out, record a video, boom. Like, start a YouTube channel. You can start a drop shipping company. You can start a copywriting agency. You can do anything. Like, there's so much to do and the opportunity is there. And if you don't, because you're pissing away this 18 to 25-year-old time, I want to play some games. I want to sit with my friends that I've hung out with 100 times before. We're going to do the exact same thing we've done the 70th time. And then the 20th time, we're doing the exact same thing. You're going to miss the opportunity to win. And then what happens when you miss the opportunity to win? You're going to go to 50 years old and you're going to be, you know what? I wish I tried harder. So you're going to miss the opportunity to win in this 18 to 25 stage. And this could be really, if you're 30 years old, if you're 40 years old watching it, same. You can miss the opportunity because the hole in the sky for us is open now at any age. But if you don't take ruthless action, you're going to miss opportunities. And that missed opportunities is going to give you so many more missed opportunities, because you might not be able to make some money if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're just barely getting by. But if you start a business and you make some money, well, then you can go overseas. And then you can meet some new people and you can do this and you can do that. When you don't, you're going to miss the opportunity to do that as well. With that, your social circle becomes weak. So I believe that a lot of our social circle is built on who we are. So me being the young man that I am, and it sounds like I'm talking out my ass, but I attract a lot of people. Not only females, because I attract a few of them, but I attract more purpose-driven, focused people. And that's because of who I am. How I speak, how I act, the power behind my step. People sense it. You can just catch it on a person, and I know I exude that out to the world because I know who I am. Well, the truth is, our social circle is built on who we are. And if the people around you, let's say you got 4 friends and they're all bums, I guarantee you're the 5th. But the truth is, and it's a savage way to tell you this, bro, you'll never attract people that are genuinely pushing, who want more out of life, if that's not you. Because people at the top, or people that are higher than you, unless you've got genuine tenacity and you're just a guy trying to get to where he's trying to get, people ahead of you don't give a fuck about you. They're trying to get to the people ahead of them. And it's kind of this never-ending loop, because people don't realize, and I never realized, that a lot of life is a value exchange. You hang out with your friends to get some value. You might get value of just company, of being an idiot. Or you might be socializing a little bit and you get value because this guy's starting a business and he's got something that, he's been doing, he's making some money, man, he can teach you. A lot of what we do in life is a value exchange. Even the girl that you're with is a value exchange, and she's with you for a value exchange. It works. You work out your shit job for a value exchange of time for minimum wage. Like, that's life. So you went on a tangent, but your social circle is a direct reflection of you. And if you don't build yourself up in this foundational period, your social circle will be so weak, but also you'll have a limited ability to enter a new social circle because you're fucked. And why would they want you around when they're trying to get out of the system? The hole in the sky is closing. Remember that. So this is a big thing. So your social circle is built in this period. And I will tell you, I still have friends from school 8, 9, 10 years ago. And these guys are about it, which is why they're around. And the people that I've brought into my life now, this is like 2 or 3 people. They're exactly like me, and they were drawn to me, and I was drawn to them because I'm like, wow, there's something there. And these are definitely not the people I was hanging around when I was a drug addict, when I was walking around the city at 4:30 in the morning doing just disgusting things. No way. Because I became a better man, I attracted better men. Same thing for you. And even I attracted better females, but like it happens all in all when you start leveling up. With this, and I think that a lot of us can go through life living with permanent regret in this period, right? Because I'm going to give you a bit of a crazy example, but my life, because I grew up in public housing. The ghetto was the nickname of my public housing estate. I know people who have made so many mistakes in their life that they can't come back from. They've got criminal records. They've done things that they just can't get over. They fried their fucking brains through drugs. I know so many people, bro, who have ruined their life. And you might know people the exact same who have ruined their life because they were driving and they crashed and they killed the passenger in their seat. Savage, that happens. I know people that have like literally destroyed themselves. But you can do the exact same thing, and it might not have to be that savage, but it can have the exact same impact because, well, you sit at home and you play games, or you sit at home and you never built yourself up, or you just don't get yourself together because you're too tired or you're too fucking lazy. You'll have permanent regret, because I guarantee you, if you go to 50 years old, you go to 60 years old, you go to 70 years old, and you never changed, you'll be on your deathbed one day, and you'll be thinking, I wish I tried harder. That's permanent regret. And I know people, right? I'm 26 years old. I know people in their 40s. I know people in their 30s who think it's too late. I look at them like, it's not too late at all, but they've given up. And I've seen it in real time. Someone's soul breaking because they regret it. They regret that they didn't use their time to not focus on 2 out of 10 girls. They regret focusing all of their time on TikTok or playing games or being a bitch. They regret it because now they're living lives that they fucking regret. So don't have that. And this is the period where a lot of permanent regret can come from. Because after the age of 25, that's when your life almost is starting. Your prime is starting. But if you haven't built yourself up, you're not going to be in your prime. You're going to be in your prime years, but as a pussy. So, like, you choose. Don't choose the life of regret. But then we're going to run through this, right? Because I could go on and on and on. But I believe if we don't get with the program, we erode who we are and what our natural desire is as men. So I will tell you that from the 18 to 25 period, if you get yourself together, your life will be purpose-driven. It'll be fulfilled. You'll feel great. You'll look at yourself in the mirror and you'll be like, yeah, I'm the man. But if you don't, what you will do is you will erode your frame, your masculinity, you'll erode yourself through living a life that you don't want to live. As you get older, you'll lose your masculine edge. You'll lose that push. Your testosterone will drop. You'll lose your competitive edge to win because there's a new hungrier version of you that wanted it out there. And he's taken and zooming past you. And you're so much older than him. Like, life, if you don't get it together, bro, you'll erode yourself. You'll be ingrained with all these bad habits. You'll financially be in a bad place. If you live a life filled with bad habits now, bad spending your money, bad eating habits, bad, social skills, bad, or weak. If you live in a weak or bad shit life, you'll erode yourself. But if you're living a life and you're always constantly moving, you're constantly attacking life, you're constantly improving, doing what you're supposed to do, trying to build, trying to make some money, cutting off these bad habits, these bad negative people around you, you'll build yourself up into this metamorphosis of a man. And you'll get where you want. You'll get what you want. You'll have what you want. You'll be the guy that you want to be, this is the time though. Because it just is. It's the make it or break it period. There's no other way around it. So you have to decide what you want, bro. You can be that bitch. You can be that winner. You can be that weakling. You can be that strong, forward-thinking man. You can be that broke guy struggling for bills, or you can be financially free, living life happy. It's all up to you. And it's what happens from the 18 to 25 period. I love you, bro. If you want to do coaching with me one-on-one, I will help you. I'll change the game for you, and I really mean that. And you can join a group of young men all in self-improvement. Go to the link in the description or message me on Instagram, and trust me, it'll be the best investment you ever make in yourself. Love you, bro.